We recently left South Philly and moved back to the Rittenhouse Square area and the Fitler Square neighborhood in particular, and we are so much happier. And hey, if you want to learn why we moved and why we left South Philly, I'll link that video in the description below. But in the meantime, if you're looking to relocate to the Center City Philly area, anywhere around Philadelphia in particular, don't hesitate to reach out. This is definitely the channel for you if you're trying to learn more about Center City Philly in particular. I'm going to show you guys around a lot of Center City today, a lot of Fitler Square and the Rittenhouse area. In particular, we're going to have a great tour, so stay tuned. And if you are considering moving to Philadelphia, there's a golden window of opportunity that may never happen again. I'll be talking about that at the end of this video, so make sure to watch the entire video so you don't miss out on that opportunity. All right, so why do we move back to the Rittenhouse area and Fitler Square in particular? Well, I'm in this area basically every day, literally 7 days a week for work, so it's so much more convenient. Not just convenient for work, but this is convenient for basically everything that you want to do in the Philadelphia area. There's so much in Center City. This area is just extremely convenient for all of the activity happening in the vibrant Center City Philly area, Rittenhouse and Fitler Square. It's so walkable to everything, or a quick Uber or SEPTA bus or subway ride to get around. This area is just, it's so walkable. You can walk to a Trader Joe's, and I'll show you that in a little bit here. Probably about 5-10 minutes, depending where you're at. Go to the Schuylkill Park, which is right where I'm at. Let me show you that right now in about 5 or 10 minutes. Extremely amazing amenity here. All right, this is the entrance to the Schuylkill River Trail and Park. We'll go look at the trail a little bit later. Looks like they have some construction going on today. This is one of the nicest parks in the entire city, in my opinion. Little garden, community garden right over there, where people plant things, vegetables and herbs, I believe. Never actually done anything over there myself. Oh, looks like we're gonna be blocked over here because they're redoing the dog park. So let's go back around and get a closer look at the community garden right here. So again, if I didn't make this clear, this is in Fitler Square. It's a beautiful day today. Got 65 and cloudy. So I've got an entire video in this park. I'll link that in my channel below, which does actually show the dog park when it is opened. It's currently under renovations. They have a big dog park and a small dog park over here. Basketball courts, which they also play pickleball on. Oh, pickleball is going on right now. Also got tennis courts over there. And here's the kids park. If you got kids, if you got a family in this area, great place. My kids call this the Purple Park. Aptly named for the purple slides. Some more of the Fitler Square neighborhood. This area is one of the most expensive areas of the city. Society Hill would be comparable in terms of pricing, but it's an amazing area. Lots of amenities, being right by the park. right by South Street Bridge. If you're in a medical community and happen to work in the CHOP Hub, etc., medical hospital cluster right over the South Street Bridge. Also a great school district. Let me actually take you over the South Street Bridge. Let's go take a look at that. So if you were working in that medical center, like I said, CHOP, Hub, or any of the other complexes over there, this is most likely how you begin to work if you live in this area. We're on Lombard Street right now, which wraps around to South Street, which we're approaching right now. South Street is normally a one-way in the wrong direction, but here it becomes a two-way. Try not to get run over here. Let's go on the... All right, so this is the South Street Bridge. These are a couple of new CHOP research facilities over there. They're building two brand new buildings. So this bridge will take you right over the Schuylkill River, and then we'll be able to see a little bit of the trail from here, which I'll take you guys on that on the way back. So now we're beginning to see the medical clusters. You can probably see it says Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania, which is CHOP, and then you see a Penn Medicine logo over there, if you can see that. So a ton of doctors, medical professionals work right over there. So in the morning, really all hours of the day, you'll see people in scrubs, commuting, walking, biking, and waiting for the bus to get right over the South Street Bridge. All right, we're going over the South Street Bridge now. Let's see if we can look at the river. So this is the Schuylkill River, and that's the Schuylkill River Boardwalk, which is connected to the trail. They just call it the boardwalk when it's over the water. And once it gets back onto land next to the water, it's called the trail. An amazing amenity if you like to be outside, bike, walk, jog. Bring your dog out here. Lots of people have pets in the area. Great amenity for Center City. And if you're wondering what we're staring at, that's Penn's athletic facility. University of Pennsylvania is essentially right next to the medical cluster over here. And then Drexel University is just a little bit more north and a little bit more to the west of this area. So this is in University City. We have left Fitler Square. We've left Center City. Now technically we're in University City. All right, turn around. All right, now we'll go back the other way towards Center City. Those are the buildings I was talking about earlier, the CHOP research facilities. Both of those are brand new. One of them was just finished maybe a year ago, and the other one's actually still under construction, as you can see, probably. Nice view of Center City from here. One of the best shots of the city. Let's go on the trail. All right, so now we're back Center City since we've crossed the Schuylkill River. This is the ramp down South Street Bridge that connects to the trail. There's a couple bridges that connect, the Walnut Street, Chestnut, and a couple other places. So now if we're looking right past this train that stopped here, that's gonna be the Fitler Square neighborhood. And then that will connect right to the Rittenhouse Square neighborhood, which is gonna be just north. Both of those, Fitler and Rittenhouse, will be just north of a graduate hospital neighborhood. So if you're in a southern section of Fitler Square, Rittenhouse, northern section of Grad Hospital. It's kind of all the same area. All right, so now we're on the trail here. Amazing view to walk, bike, or jog right down this Schuylkill River boardwalk as you come in to look at these tall buildings at Center City. So like I said earlier in this video, one of the reasons we moved back was because of all the amenities of this area. When we're in South Philly, around Dickinson Square, there's basically nothing there. And this is the best amenity in the Center City area. Like I said earlier, if you like fitness, outdoors, like getting some sun, got a family, it's a great area. I got 2 kids. They love being on this trail, on their bikes, walking around, playing at the park. So this is one of the big reasons we moved back to the area. Fitler Square has a peaceful, tranquil vibe. Rittenhouse has that in some parts as well, because the neighborhoods connect, but certain parts of Rittenhouse will be more hustle bustle, more excitement, nightlife. But if you're in Fitler Square, you'll be close enough to all of that, just in a more mellow, tranquil, laid back area, very much residential. We saw some of that earlier, but I'll show you a lot more in a little bit. So we're still on the boardwalk here. We're about to get off of it, as you can see. So this is going to be connecting just what they'll call the Schuylkill River Trail. So again, we're on the Schuylkill River boardwalk right now, and we're about to get off of that. All right, so now this is just the water's right next to us. Let me see if I can turn the camera while I'm doing this. All right, there it is. That's a condo building in Fitler Square, Logos Point. Sometimes this is, oh no, it is open. It was closed a little bit ago, so let me show you this path. It's gonna cross the train tracks right here. Make sure you don't get run over, no trains are coming. So this is how you get to the Fitler Square neighborhood. Sometimes that's closed, like I said. So when that's closed, you just have to go through the park, which I just showed you earlier. So if you remember what that looked like, we're going down the same way. By the way, this is an amazing condo right here overlooking the Schuylkill River. It's called One Riverside, luxury condo built in 2017. Entry point over there is $1.3 million for a 2-bed, up to $4 million or more, just depending on the views, what you get as far as square foot and beds, bath combinations. Let's take a look at some homes. All right, so this is what Fitler Square typically will look like. Lots of row homes, not a whole lot of condos down here. There'll be some condo conversions, which is a larger, maybe 4,000 square foot townhome that was converted into a couple smaller units, so 2 to 5 condo units inside. That would be a condo here, but it's not going to be a mid or high-rise condo like you'd see in Rittenhouse. The One Riverside condo I just showed you, obviously, is a high-rise, but there aren't many of those in Fitler Square. So Fitler Square has a couple of restaurants, cafes. We just passed 1 or 2 of them, but it doesn't have a whole lot. It's not as much as Rittenhouse, which is nice if you don't want as much hustle and bustle, because part of the reason why there's not as much hustle and bustle in this area and it's a little bit more laid back is because there aren't as many things to do, and there's not a ton of traffic walking through the neighborhood, tourism, people going shopping, things like that. But again, it's very easy to walk to any of the restaurants in Rittenhouse or hop in a quick Uber to get there. Some of the streets in the area have brick, which is pretty nice. Nice feature. Nice to walk and look at. Not just a boring sidewalk. All right, let's go down this side street. One of the cool things about this area, really all over the city, there's a lot of neat, hidden, smaller streets that you really can't even drive through, or you probably don't want to drive through if you want your tires and rims not to be damaged. Certainly can't park on these streets. But some of the homes have garages, as you just saw. We passed, I think, at least one home that had a garage. So some people do drive down here. Just hard to get in and get out. All right, now we're on 22nd Street, which to some people is the border of Fitler Square and Rittenhouse. So essentially west of here is Fitler Square, and east of here, which is going to be to our right, would be Rittenhouse. If you're biking to work, you're probably going to bike up this road, as it's a pretty major corridor for bikes. As you can see, I'm in the bike lane right now, and I'm about to get run over by a biker behind me, so let me let him pass. Looks like he's got an e-bike going faster than I'm going. Getting the sidewalk here. All right, now we're approaching Walnut Street, which is going to be a very different feel from where we were. It's going to be a lot more commercial, high rises. There's a gas station right over here, one of the only gas stations in this area. So if you live in Fitler Square, you're probably getting your gas there. You live in Rittenhouse, you might be getting your gas there. So we're actually, let's go to Trader Joe's. Like I said, it's a great amenity of this area. Mentioned it's probably about a 5 to 10 minute walk from a lot of homes in Fitler Square. If you're further south, closer to Grad Hospital, then probably a 15 to 20 minute walk. But if you have a car, easy drive. We're passing the Greenfield School right now, by the way. My daughter used to go there. Great school, one of the best in the city. This is the school district for all of Fitler Square and Rittenhouse. All right, so now we are about to turn right on Chestnuts, just across the street, but we'll go down here a little bit because I'm kind of stuck at this light right now. Solid Core, cool yoga place right over there, Pilates. All right, we'll just go down the side street for now to get out of the way of traffic. So we're in Rittenhouse. We're approaching the northern border of Rittenhouse. This very much won't feel like what typical Rittenhouse does, because it's going to be, Market Street is essentially the northern border, which is right in front of us. And as you probably know, Market Street has a lot of the commercial office buildings. All right, let's go this way. It's the Mutter Museum on our left. A couple new buildings on our right. I believe that's a law office. All right, let's get back onto the sidewalk. Now we're back on 22nd Street, approaching Market. See if we can make this light without getting run over here. All right. All right, Trader Joe's is right in here. This is a parking lot for Trader Joe's. There are 2 Trader Joe's in Philly. This is the first one that opened here. The parking lot for Trader Joe's. It's free to park here. Sometimes there's a line to get in, and I might look unwieldy, or there's Trader Joe's over there. So sometimes, like I was saying, there's a line to get into the parking lot for Trader Joe's, but it moves really quick. You probably saw I just passed the security guard entering here. Their main job is actually not really security, it's just to get traffic to flow. So they point people in the right direction. So one of the chain grocery stores in this area, there's a giant grocery store just a little bit north of here by a couple blocks. I won't take you there, it's nothing that exciting to look at. But just know that you have grocery store options if you're living in Fitler Square or Rittenhouse. There are some local boutique ones that I'll take you to maybe today or another day. So Market Street has a lot of commercial activity, like I mentioned. It's gonna be very busy, lots of people, lots of cars. Approaching a mid-rise condo building on our right called the Coronado. I used to actually live there. It's a nice building, no frills condo, not gonna have any gym, no front desk, really no amenities at all. But the location here is the northern edge of Rittenhouse, but is a stellar location in my opinion, by the way. If you want a more affordable condo, that could work for you because it's about a 2 to 5 minute, probably 5-minute walk to the Schuylkill River Trail from here. And to Trader Joe's is a 5-minute walk, as you saw. And to the Rittenhouse Square proper, the actual square with all the restaurants around it, all the greenery, that 7-acre green space. It's only about a 5-minute walk, maybe 7 minutes. So if we keep going over this bridge, we would hit the on-ramp. Oh, why don't we do it? Let's hit the on-ramp to the trail. And then we'll be going back into University City. So crossing over the Schuylkill River. By the way, the Fitler Club is at the base of this building right over here. It's the Aramark building. Looking over the Schuylkill Trail. So if you're in Fitler Square, Rittenhouse, and you need a gym or you want to be part of the social fitness wellness club, Fitler Club is a great place to be. I'm a member there. My family and I enjoy the club. Got a swimming pool in there, nice fitness center, lots of amenities. Back over the Schuylkill River. So this will look very much similar to what it did earlier. But that's just another way to access it from the Chestnut Street Bridge. By the way, in case it's not obvious, I am a real estate agent and help people relocate to the Center City Philly area from all over the country, literally all over the world. Regularly help people relocate here from New York City, Florida, all over. I have a lot of people moving here from New York right now. So if that's you, wondering about the cost of living in Philly or what you can get here, you probably already know Philly is much cheaper, but it's actually a great place comparatively. A lot of people think that Philly is more dangerous or not a great place to be. There's a perception that Philly has in New York and a lot of places of being that. And it's actually so much better than that. Sorry, I was distracted there. Try not to get run over by cars. All right, let's go down here for a minute. So yeah, I was just saying New York is, New York's great. But Philly is a really good alternative for a third of the cost. In a lot of places, you can have just so much more in Philly. Better quality of life potentially, just depends on the stress level. One of the things in New York, you have to work like 2 jobs or it's both husband-wife couple or a couple or whatever, both working very high net worth jobs to be able to survive in many places in New York. And there's so many opportunities in Philly, especially if you work remote. Philly's a good place to be. Maybe if you have to go to the city, the office, New York City, like once a week, I would seriously consider Philadelphia. Don't discount it. Consider it. It's a great place. We've got a lot of the amenities that New York has, some of them at a smaller scale, obviously, but that might not be a bad thing, having less people in your face. It's kind of nice. All right, let's flip this camera around. We're passing the school again, the Greenfield School. That was on our left. Approaching Walnut Street. So now we're heading south into, Fitler Square or Rittenhouse, depends on what you consider this. I would call it the Fitler Square area. Let's go down Walnut Street. So now we're going east towards Rittenhouse. Let's take a look in the square. I'll take you down a nicer street. This is Walnut, very much commercial. Lots of restaurants in the street. Gas station on our left again, the same one we passed earlier. All right, we're going down 22nd. I think that car almost ran me over. All right, we're going down 22nd. This is Rittenhouse, Fitler Square, the border between the two, essentially. Lots of great blocks in this neighborhood. Let me take you down. Let's go down maybe Spruce. Maybe Delancey. This is Locust I'm approaching right now. I used to live off Latimer Street right out there, about a half a block away. All right, now we're on Spruce Street. Amazing block to walk down in this area. You don't even have to live by it, just enjoy a walk right over here. It's very pleasant, great homes. If you want to live on this block and you want one of these townhomes, they're going to be expensive. A lot of these are 3,000 to 4,000 square foot. If they haven't been converted into smaller condos, they're buying the whole thing. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, or 5 million. One of these right over there is on sale. Might be off market now. We're on a private listing, but it's available. So reach out to me if I can assist with that. Speaking of off-market or private market, you may not know what that actually means. There are a lot of homes that are available for sale, meaning the seller, the owner, would actually sell them if a buyer is brought, but they might not want it on the market actively, people walking through their homes, open houses, showings constantly, all that hassle. So sometimes a listing will go private exclusive, where it's not going to be on Zillow, won't be on the MLS. You will never see it online on any websites, essentially. But if you reach out to the right agent that's connected to the right people, then you can have access to that particular listing. Or if it's not even on the market at all, it's going to be an off-market property that's not private, but just off-market. But they're still open to selling those homes, just depending on the particular circumstance. So reach out if you're in the market for a home, because I have all those connections in case that wasn't obvious. I have a lot of off-market opportunities, free-market homes in the area. A lot of new construction too. If you're looking for new construction opportunities, a lot of those actually sell before they even hit the market. Let's go down to Delancey, an amazing block. All right, going down to Delancey Street, one of the most expensive blocks in the entire city. Let's see if we can get this camera turn around a little bit. This isn't the most expensive block of Delancey. That's a couple blocks west of here. But an amazing block. Great to walk down. So yeah, I was saying about new construction. A lot of new construction actually sells before it hits market because they start marketing those privately or off market through agents as they're being built and getting finished up. So Delancey is one of these blocks that isn't continuous. It's got some like turns in it like you just saw we did. This one is a great block. Lots of homes right now currently on the market on this block, or at least two, which is a lot for a block this size, especially for the price point of these blocks, which is going to be 3, 4, or 5 million. They're going to be bigger, very elegant, very stately homes. All right, so now we're going north. We're going to be approaching the Rittenhouse Park. On our right is Rittenhouse Market, which is a local boutique grocery store, and we just passed Starbucks on the left. You might not have seen that. See, the camera wasn't really looking that direction. All right, this is the Rittenhouse Square. All along the square are going to be condos and different apartments, and then restaurants, boutique shopping right around this area. Amazing area. The Laurel is right in front of us, one of the most expensive buildings in the entire city, the most expensive piece of real estate for sure. Well, there's a couple others comparable per square foot. But that's one of the newest ones. Ultra luxury modern. If that's what you're looking for, reach out to me. I got connections there. can get you hooked up with the right options over there. We're going south along the western edge of Rittenhouse. We're back on Spruce Street. We went down this already. This is just a different section. Really, any part of Spruce Street is nice. I have an entire video if you haven't already seen it. The nicest blocks in the entire city that go from one river, the Schuylkill, to the other river, the Delaware River. And this is talking about Center City in particular. Anywhere along Spruce Street is stellar to live, in my opinion. There are certain blocks that maybe aren't as nice, and I personally wouldn't live on. But this is one of those that stretches from here all the way down to Society Hill, Old City area. That is really great. All right, so we just did a loop. If this looks familiar, we're coming back up north to the eastern edge of this square. And I'll take you up to the restaurant area where a lot of people enjoy the nightlife of Rittenhouse. Approaching Locust Street. If you go down Locust Street, you'll be right in the heart of the Amenity of the Arts area where a lot of the theaters are, Kimmel Center, things like that. Just past Park Rittenhouse, just called Park, the restaurant there. Pretty iconic place to go eat. So while you're visiting the city, make sure you hit that place up. It's actually pretty affordable for being right in the square, surprisingly, and having decent food. All right, we're approaching Walnut Street now. All right, so now we're getting into some more busy section, which is gonna have a lot of restaurants. Love is on our left, Hip City Veg is on our right, a bunch of other stuff that we just passed. One of my favorite restaurants from up our left, kind of like hidden right there. It's called the Dandelion. It's got some interesting Irish pub type of food, unique cuisine, very nice ambiance and atmosphere. Pretty unique. Look it up before you go. You might not like it, but it's nice. So now we're approaching Chestnut Street. Bruno's Brothers on our right. Great Italian place to get really lots of things. They got sliced meat you can get there, homemade pasta, sauce, baked goods, all those type of things there. Originated in the Italian market section of the city, but that location probably the most popular, just because we're in Rittenhouse and that stuff's expensive. So we're going along Chestnut Street, lots of shops here, stores. Barnes Noble on our right. Pretty tall commercial buildings on our right. And one of them is a condo building, at least partial condo building at the top, called the Residence of Two Liberty. I think that person thought I was going to run into them. So this is very much a commercial corridor right here. It's a lot of people on lunch break, grabbing food. It's about lunchtime right now when I'm filming this, or a couple hours after lunch, but people are still on break. Approach your Market Street, and I'll show you guys City Hall. All right, so there is City Hall amidst the other tall buildings. Most of these buildings on Market Street are going to be office complexes. There are a couple apartment complexes here. Not many condo buildings that are actually on Market. There's a couple like Murano, which is on the edge of Rittenhouse. Great building, by the way. Great amenities. Not all the units are nice, but although a lot of them look the same. So you got to get a nice one over there. Some real nice ones though. All right, so City Hall. Cross over here. You probably already know some of the history of this building, but it's one of the oldest masonry buildings in the entire United States, if not the oldest. It's neat architecture. That's the Ritz condo building right over there. Great building. The blue one, that is. Built in 2009, approximately. So City Hall is pretty massive. See if we can go over here and take a closer look. Dilworth Park is what they call the area right in front of City Hall. Which has a lot of activities depending on the time of day. They typically have pickleball there, spring months, which they'll have it set up soon. It's not set up right now. So water fountain there for kids to run around in. During the winter months, they have ice skating. And during Christmas time, they have different festivals over there, like Christmas Village, to buy stuff, a beer garden, different things like that. So there's a lot of activities here. This is in Rittenhouse technically, but you can consider this the Amenity Arts. It's really the border of a couple areas. great coffee shop at the base of the Ritz right there called La Colombe. If you're not from Philly, probably haven't heard of it unless you follow Giovanni Stock. I assume that's a publicly traded company, but they just bought La Colombe a couple years ago for almost $1 billion. Pretty crazy. All right, so now we're wrapping around the base of City Hall. Probably throw up some drone footage so you can see it a little bit more clearly from the sky. So City Hall is the intersection of Market Street and Broad Street. If you're not familiar, Broad Street south of City Hall is what is referred to as the Amenity Arts. Which is where the Kimmel Center is, the Academy of Music for plays, opera-style plays, things like that. Lots of great restaurants along Broad Street and the Avenue of the Arts. Nice place to get out and enjoy some nightlife. So if you do live in Rittenhouse, Fitler Square, Avenue of the Arts, Washington Square West, really anywhere bordering the Avenue of the Arts, you can easily walk to get some nightlife or a quick Uber trip, depending on where else you're at in the city, to experience a show, the opera, musical, some restaurants and whatnot. All right, so now this is a continuation of Market Street. So if you're driving on Market or Broad, you have to go around City Hall. Entrance to the train station, the subway right on our right that we just passed. 15th Street Station entrance. It's pretty crowded at certain times of the day over there. We're going south away from City Hall right now. All right, we're approaching Walnut Street. I'll show you some of the shops on Walnut Street. But this is Walnut Street right over here. Lots of stores on this block. Walnut Street, the Apple stores on this block. Lots of people right now. All right, let's make sure I don't get run over. So lots of people come to Walnut for shopping in this area. A lot of the chains will be here, the larger chains, as well as local boutiques. Apple store on our right. Back along Rittenhouse Square, it's on our left. We're still on Walnut Street. Philly's got a bike share program, in case you didn't know about that. The bikes on our left are those, the blue bikes that you see in the city, Indigo bike share program. Pretty convenient locations throughout the city, really all over. I don't really use them a whole lot, but they typically work. A lot of people are using them for work or just to get around from one thing to the next. Got a little congested up here. Coming up 19th Street now. The original La Colombe store right there. Rittenhouse, that's the one that Giovanni bought for about $1 billion I mentioned earlier. Coming down Sanson, heading west. Still in Rittenhouse. Back on Walnut Street, it's an awesome restaurant on our right. It's called Vernick. They opened up Vernick Seafood in the Four Seasons Hotel. That's also pretty cool. Recommend checking both those out. Just past the Wanamaker condo building on our left. Great building, a lot of Penn students live there. So we're getting closer to the western edge of Rittenhouse against Fitler Square, which is pretty easy to commute right over the bridge to get to Penn. Let's go back down here. So we're going south on 21st Street. So it's going to be a lot more residential in about a block. If you're looking for condo recommendations or particular blocks, neighborhoods, any of that, in case it's not obvious, you can reach out. I know the city extremely well. I literally am driving every neighborhood in Center City almost every day. Go under some of those trees and I'll hit them here. So yeah, I know the city really well. Particular block that you might want to avoid. Particular neighborhoods that would be a good fit for you based on your personality once I get to know you. Oh, we're going down another side street block here. One of those hidden blocks. I think this is actually a dead end. Yes. Cool little block though. So reach out if I could be of assistance to you, show you some neighborhoods, talk to you about different condo buildings. So I hope it's obvious now why my family and I decided to relocate back to Rittenhouse and the Fitler Square neighborhood in particular. We had a good time, you know, visiting a lot of our friends that live in South Philly, but it just wasn't for us as far as the amenities, the vibe of the area, what we were looking for personally. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Again, if I can help you out in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. Like I said, I'm regularly working in this area, all over Center City, even if you want to move to South Philly. And I know I just hated on South Philly in this video and in the one I'll link below. But South Philly's got some good parts. The part we were at, it was so nice. A lot of people living there, some expensive homes coming into that area. But it just wasn't what we were looking for. Wasn't offering what we wanted.